Her story was a crucial part of a docuseries. It was a crucial part of prior case, and is now a crucial part in this case. This is why we're talking about this particular witness. We'll get on to Charles Freeman. We'll go on to the first polygrapher. We'll go on to the Susan, the mother of Jane. We'll go on to a bunch of other people. We have to look at the inconsistencies in people's story. Do we ignore the inconsistencies and outright lies of people's story just to convict the guy? This is what the jury has to assess. They have to assess everything in its totality. In its totality, not a part of it, not because you feel like he should, but because the truth will stand on its own. You don't need an immunity agreement to abstract the truth. Would you trust somebody who admittedly stole hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff from you? Would you really trust that person? And then would you still trust the person who took the same tape that they claimed they wanted to shield for others and send it to someone who obviously profited off the tape and made other copies and profited? Would you really want to trust that person to tell the truth? I don't care what kind of paper you give them to tell the truth, but would you really want to trust that person to tell the truth? I don't care about crocodile tears. I've seen murderers get on the stand and profess their innocence when the DNA showed they were guilty. So, no, I don't trust that. The trial of R.Kelly. It has many twists and turns. And while a lot of you don't like what's being reported on both sides of the spectrum, and I get that. I get that. Sometimes it doesn't fall into the narrative of what you think, how the story should be reported. And sometimes the truth hurts. And I just want to recap what the problem is right now. What the problem is right now for the prosecution. I'll say this. Lisa Van Allen is a crucial witness in this case. Crucial in that she has been campaigning for many years telling, air quotes, her story. From the time she claimed to have met R.Kelly when she was 17 years old, that's been promoted. It's been memorialized in the docuseries Surviving R.Kelly, as well as countless interviews that she's done. And she's always prefaced her story with she was an underage person. We only learned this past week that was a lie. It wasn't a little lie. It was a big lie. It was a big lie, and it was done to control her narrative. That she was an underage person being taken advantage of by R. Kelly. Things that should never be ignored. Can't. I wasn't moved by the crocodile tears. I wasn't. And there were jurors that weren't moved by it. And I'll tell you why. She messed up. The script, she missed a part in the script. When the defense was questioning you about something you said over 10 years ago, you dropped the tears right away. And he had to say, why are you crying now? This is something you testified to. And they said, then he asked her, do you think people who come to court that fake tears should be believed? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know actors, I've worked with actors that know how to fake tears. And I'll tell you how you fake tears. You think about something very tragic in your life. They teach you this. If they don't give you aid to put something under your eyes to cry, you think about something that is very tragic that happened in your life. And that will help you fake the tears. I ain't saying she did that. I'm just saying that there's a possibility. We gotta look under all the stones. We can't just look under some of the stones. And don't say we disregard what she says and look at the other witnesses. No, because when you lay out a case, you lay the case out in a timeline in order for the jury to follow along and for you to follow along. So that's why we're going through the witnesses. Each witness played a role in the overall story. So we have to look at all the witnesses. The foundation of Lisa Van Allen's story she's been telling for many years is that she was underage and that R.Kelly met her 1998. I want to say it was September of 1998 for that video shoot, Home Alone. But she said a few other things that was proven to be not true. But people say, why would she say she's 17? Why would she say that she was threatened? Well, I thought about it over the weekend as I was heading back to Atlanta. I said, well, the one of the obvious reasons is she had to sell a story. She had to sell a story. She had to tell the story, and she had memorialized it in a book that she just authored recently called Surviving the Pied Piper. In this book, which I haven't read because I look at the testimony and I look at the prior testimony, and then I look at the interviews that she's done. And I will say that she has more motivation to lie than a little, because if you tell a lie, you got to continue to keep telling that lie and keep telling that lie that you told the last lie. And I would say that if I reported that she cried on the witness stand on multiple occasions, I am not reading too much into that, because when you have an admitted liar on the stand trying to tell a story, but then when confronted by the cross-examination of both Attorney Brindley as well as Attorney Bonjean, when they pulled out the most crucial piece of this story that she's been promoting for many years, and that was that you were not a minor. You were not a minor. What you were was someone trying to pass a bill of goods that turned out to be bad goods. So you have a publisher or someone who publishes a book. You have people that have a interest in seeing that this story that you've been promoting for years turn out to be true. And they've put their name on the line because of the story that you told. But the fact of the matter is, you've lied to the people that trusted you were telling the truth. We're going to talk about the things that people didn't know about, not the things that people heard about through her campaign for, I guess, covering up her lies. Yes. Give me a chance now. Give me a chance. I won't be long-winded, I promise. You will get your chance. We can't ignore the fact that the crucial things about this case came from her. That's very important. And I'm sure that's going to be mentioned in the closing arguments. The crucial things in this case was a result of her efforts. It was a result of her efforts. From trying to promote a lie about she was being threatened by the accountant, to saying that she was underage, but she really wasn't. The transcript has also been memorialized on the record. And guess what? You know why she had to tell the truth? Because they compared the day of the video shoot with a birth certificate. It didn't add up. It didn't add up. You can't tell me, and no one in this live can tell me, that if someone says to me, how old are you? And I say to them, this age, but you forgot what your real age is. No one logical can even agree that a person who has asked their real age would forget their real age. It made no sense. And the jurors looked at this. I looked at the reaction of the jurors. It was like people shaking their head. It was jurors that literally were acting when she sat there, was shaking their head. So were they shaking their head that, hey, I forget my age too when someone asks me, or where they shaking their head that, hey, who forgets their age when someone asks them? Now, you got to remember, this is 1998. The association with her age was the video shoot. The association with her age was the video shoot. That's fine. That small detail, she forgot that it could be verified. She never thought back in 1998 or moving forward to 2008 or in the course of the prior trial that people would put two and two together. You didn't raise your hand. We're not talking to you right yet. They didn't put two and two together. I'll respond. Do I think R. Kelly has a bigger chance of winning this case? Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. And all the detractors are saying, hey, well, we've seen this tape and then we know this. You really don't know what you know until you really know, if that makes any sense. Until you really know. Not that because someone was on a campaign to sell a story. And it's very important to understand that this story that she's been selling for years, she's done interviews and everything. And who's going to buy a book when you know the book is based on lies? Who's going to support that story? And I know there are people out there, and I agree, there are people out there that have their own story.